What's up YouTube, it's Sean here, back today to give you guys a review of the Air Jordan 1 Retro Low OG from the Lunar New Year or Chinese New Year pack in this Year of the Rabbit colorway. Today's video is brought to you by Heffelux. When it comes to sneakers, comfort is king. So when you buy a pair of shoes and find out they're uncomfortable, one of the easiest fixes is to swap the insoles. So that's where Heffelux comes into play. If you check out their website, which I've linked down below in the description box, you'll see they sell a variety of eTPU insoles, which really is the same material you'll find inside Adidas Boost. So if you guys are curious to check them out and try a pair for yourself, be sure to use the code SEANGO at checkout to get 15% off your entire purchase. So this right here is part of Jordan Brand's Lunar New Year or Chinese New Year collection, which consists of a wide array of apparel and footwear. So this one is arguably the most sought after of the entire collection, and these are of course the Air Jordan 1 Low OGs. So as of right now, I'm not clear whether these are exclusive only to China, but I would say that I'm pretty confident that they're not going to make their way up here in Canada. So I bit the bullet and picked these up over on GOAT, and let's just say it wasn't cheap, but myself being of Chinese background, this is just one of those pairs I knew I had to add to my collection regardless of the secondary market price. So the official colorway for this shoe is Palomino and metallic gold, and if you're somehow able to grab these for retail, I would guess that the retail price for this shoe is probably around the standard $160 US mark. So first things first, here's a quick look at the box. So this comes in a special box just for this release. It's done almost in a marble looking finish, and we have Nike branding on the top and sides done in this gold color. And the paper inside the box is also special as well, so it almost has that similar marble look to it, and we have special Lunar New Year Jordan branding on the paper itself. So this of course is the Air Jordan 1 Low OG silhouette, and for those that haven't been following too closely, this pair is actually limited to only 5,000 individually numbered pairs, so safe to say it's going to be a very tough pair to cop for retail. Regardless though, diving into the details of this shoe, so on the toe box, this is covered in a tan colored suede, and this is more of a flat suede, and to be honest, to the touch, it sort of has a bit of a scratchy feel to it. Surrounding the front toe cap, however, we have more of a long-haired, shaggy brown suede, which feels softer and more plush to the touch. This same brown suede covers the eye stays of the shoe, and then beneath this on the quarter panel, we have more of that tan colored suede, and overlaid on top of this, the swoosh here is also crafted using a shaggy cream colored suede, and this is found on both the lateral and medial sides. Surrounding the bottom of the heel, we have this long-haired gray colored suede, and the panel above this at the top is crafted using this aged metallic gold leather, which kind of reminds me of the leather they use on the Air Jordan 1 High wings. And embroidered across, we have the Air Jordan Wings logo, which is done in this gold colored finish. As far as the laces go, so these come with two different lace options. The standard or default lace are these fuzzy rabbit inspired laces, which I thought was really dope. This is the same lace that you guys probably saw on my channel on the Saucony Maybe Tomorrow Hair Shadow 6000s. And you know, I was a big fan of the placement on that pair as well. If you're not feeling these wild laces, they also give you a secondary cream colored flat lace, which is packaged in Nike's reusable or sustainable packaging, free of those plastic baggies. Underneath this, we have a thin nylon tongue, which is done in this white color, and on the very top, we have this tag with Nike Air branding in red. But if you look at the interior side of the tongue, we have this graphic of a rabbit along with the individual number of this specific shoe, so you can rest assured that no other pair, assuming it's legitimate, is going to have the same number as yours. The interior of the shoe is lined in this brown colored terry cloth fabric, adding to the whole rabbit inspired look of the sneaker. And then as far as the insoles go, so these come with your standard foam lined insole. It's covered in a red colored textile on top, and we have a rectangular patch stitched on the heel, which obviously has that Chinese influence to it, which makes sense considering this is the Lunar New Year collection. So the upper of the Jordan 1 sits atop this solid rubber cup sole, which is painted in this cream color. Encased within the midsole but not visible to the eye, there is Nike Air technology for cushioning, and then turning this pair over to the bottom, so the outsole here is crafted using this semi-translucent gum colored rubber. We still have that same circular pivot point on the forefoot, along with Nike branding right in the middle. So that breaks down the look and the construction of this pair, for those wondering about sizing. So I'm a true size 10, slightly on the wider side, and I got these in a size 10, which is my true size. So trying these on, they're perfect width-wise, and length-wise, there's about a thumb's width between the edge of the shoe and the top of my toe. So I know some people prefer to go a half size down in the Air Jordan 1 Low OG silhouette, so if that's what you normally do, I would do the same for this pair as well. For myself though, because of my wider foot, I like sticking true to size for the low model, and the length with that thumb space honestly doesn't bother me too much. Moving on to the comfort, so these feel like any other Air Jordan 1 low. So the underfoot feeling is going to be pretty flat, firm, and low to the ground. There's not too much from a softness and step-in comfort perspective, but of course, because this is a low top version of the Jordan 1 silhouette, you're going to have much more ankle mobility, and it's just overall an easier shoe to wear than the high cut counterparts. So while it's not going to be that comfortable on foot, it's going to be perfectly fine for just those everyday casual use sneakers. Last but not least, in terms of the overall quality and craftsmanship, so first off, material quality, I thought it was decent. Some of the suedes used on this shoe, specifically more of the flat suede, is a little bit of a scratchy and rough texture to it, so this definitely didn't feel that premium. But the long-haired, shaggier suedes they used, I was a bit of a bigger fan for those materials, and while it's not necessarily super premium, it wasn't bad either. So would I say I was that impressed with this shoe? No, not really. Honestly, I was hoping it would have been a little bit better in terms of material quality. It is what it is with Jordan Brand, and at least the material quality wasn't poor. And from a build and craftsmanship standpoint, I thought my pair was pretty solid. The stitch job was good, the panels were cut consistently. The only issue I had was the sole of one of the feet was a little bit twisted and a little bit warped, which is something that we commonly see on the Air Jordan 1. So that was a little bit unfortunate, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not going to be a deal breaker because I am going to be wearing these eventually. So with all that out of the way now, let's toss these on feet. I'll lace them up and I'll show you guys how these look. Overall, I think this is a beautifully well executed pair of the Air Jordan 1 Low. I think it gives enough nod to the Chinese New Year or Lunar New Year holiday without being overly themed and too in your face. Like for example, if they'd covered the entire shoe in faux rabbit fur, I think that would have been a little bit too much. So I think they struck a good balance with this design. It's unfortunate though that this pair is so limited. The resale prices on this pair are super high, but it goes without saying that Hype Sells and Jordan Brand, they knew what they were doing. So let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about this Year of the Rabbit Air Jordan 1 Low. What are your overall thoughts on the execution and the design of this pair? And for anyone else watching, did you also grab a pair of these? Are you potentially waiting for a North American or European release or wherever you're from? Either way, drop a comment down below and let me know what you guys think about this pair. If you guys like this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. You can follow me on Instagram as well at sgo8. Check out my Twitter account at sean.go and visit my website at seango.ca. So until next time, thank you everyone for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and I'll catch you guys all in my next review.